Hello, everybody. Hang on one second. If I turn my light on. There we go. All right. Hello, and welcome to the Power Block. Oh, take the reflective lenses off. I am your host, Reggie Williams. I am your Encompass rep. If you are new to the Power Block, it's 3 YouTube channels, one powerful block of Appliance Industry Talk. So I got a good lineup for you today. And today's a little different today. We're going to do, I'm doing an hour. So it's going to be me and Mike today. So the Power Block usually is myself, Reggie, your Encompass rep, Moni in the middle, Mona Sims of SSG Appliance Academy, and then Mike Sneed, the OG of Appliance Bootcamp, bringing in Anchor. But today, Mona decided that she needs a vacation, and she's going to Hawaii and left me and Mike just hanging. So they didn't take us with her. Just went to Hawaii, enjoyed herself. So that's where she's at. And well deserved because she's a mom and a business owner. So I'm sure it's well deserved. So hats off to Mona. So I got a lot to fill in. So I'm always going over my time. So an hour is perfect for me. So we're going to do, so just to go a rundown of everything that's going on today. I'm going to go over, first I'm going to do call-ins, right? So let me do that real quick. I'm going to do call-ins so you guys can come in and ask questions or whatever you want to say. Boom. So that's right there in the chat. If you want to call in. Also, so we got that. I'm going to talk about the best machines to flip, right? So if you know my roots, I'm an old school flipper, direct drives, washer and dryers. So I'm actually going to go directly onto Facebook Marketplace and give you guys some advice on flippings. I see a lot of you guys, not only are you doing servicing, you're doing some flipping on the side. So I just want to weigh in some of my expertise in that area. Did that for 10 years. So it's a gold mine, right? That dryer on the side of the sitting on the curb, that's money. So I wore out many brakes driving by my truck, seeing it's almost like a radar. You're like, is that a dryer? For some reason, I always see it, man. Even now, I see it. So, so we got that. I'm going to talk about Skills USA. That's going to be dope. Skills USA is a national event for young people talking about the skilled trades industry. So Encompass is going to be a part of that. So I'll talk to you guys about that. I'm going to talk about, I'm going to take my glasses off. I got to squint. Leaning on your rep. And this time your rep leaned on you. So I leaned on one of you guys today. So I want to talk about that. I want to talk about part pricing, how it really works, right? Is it percentage that you get off or all parts, or how does that really work? So I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about, and also when I'm talking about flipping appliances, I'm also going to go over common parts too. And I'm going to talk about at the top of the hour, halfway through, we're going to talk about our special guest from Hisense, the Oracle, Tim Burdick, is going to be on the show. So that's going to be awesome. So I'm very, very excited about what we got lined up for y'all. Hope everyone had a great weekend. I was kind of a little under the weather. If y'all saw a Thursday show, I was on the way down. And it hit me on the weekend. So I was, nursed back to health by my wife. That was always a blessing. So I'm ready to go today and get my little cup of elixir to keep me going. So ready to go. So it's been a blessing. So let's go in. Let's get in. So as you know, I'm on 3 platforms. So feel free, if you're on Facebook, you have to click the bottom of the description, and you have to allow Facebook to display your name so I know who I'm talking to. Yeah, don't forget, if you got questions, whatever, call in or message in the description here. So let's go to the screen share. Screen share. All right, and Marcus Harris, what's up? What's up? All right, get my screen share skills on. Share entire screen so I can just toggle through. Boom. So our first lineup, let's talk about Skills USA. Boom. So again, I'm really new to this, to be honest with you. So I've been doing some research. If I say anything wrong, feel free to correct me or put it in the comments so we can have the right information. But Skills USA is and it basically helps teach skilled trades to like high school kids in college, the young people basically, right? And so there's an event coming up in 13 days, as we see on the description here, here in Atlanta at the World Congress Center. I want to say World Trade. Sorry, I want to say World. I want to say World Trade. The World Congress Center here in Atlanta. And it's it's like a similar to ASTI for adults, right? But it's so much more. It's a lot of vendors there. It's a lot of it's going to teaches them a lot about skilled trades. Every skilled trade is there, it seems like. It also teaches it's a competition, right? So it's a skills competition where manufacturers kind of donate rigged machines, and the kids got to figure out what's wrong with the machines. And it's kind of like a equivalent to a spelling bee, but for the appliance industry, where it tests your skill, and then there's a winner at the end. So that's pretty dope, and I'm sure that winner, should be honest, even the top 5, top 10, probably be sought after employees, I'm sure. So Encompass has the honor of being part of the event by showing our warehouse. So we're doing a warehouse tour on the 22nd, right? Excuse me, as I multitask. We're doing a warehouse tour on the 22nd of June. The competition is the conference is from the 20th to the 24th. So here's the website. Feel free to look at it after the block. Don't look at it now. Look at it after the block. Don't you go nowhere. So yeah, so we're gonna get a big old bus and have the kids come down and tour the warehouse, and I'm gonna have some vendors involved that's gonna help us out. I'm gonna show the video here. There's gonna be some vendors involved that's going to help me out, man. I actually asked Mike Sneed to come down and give me a hand with schooling the kids, man. So I'm gonna do a class teaching them about skilled trades, part suppliers, and what we need to do. Oh, hang on one second. Let me mute my sound here. There's gonna be some vendors involved. That's going to momento. Help me out, man. I actually asked Mike Sneed to come down and give me a hand with 1 minute. Here we go. All right, so make sure I'm showing you that stuff right. So Mike Sneed's gonna help me out, and I asked a couple of other people to help me out with the event, just talking to the kids about skilled trades and the future of it and what it does. So that's a little video that they had. Looks nice. And that's the future, right? And this is something I think we all talked about, man. We need skilled trades talked about more. And so Skills USA is an ultimate platform. It's a nonprofit organization. And Encompass, I can speak on behalf of Encompass, that we are honored to YouTube popping all kind of stuff. We are honored to be a part of it, right? So the Skills USA will help young folks out, help them learn about the skilled trades, and then we're gonna, so I got some people. So if you want to volunteer, right? So I'm looking for volunteers to help me with the event. What does that mean? So if you want to come to Atlanta, the kids will be here from 8 in the morning to noon. If you want to talk to them about whatever you want to talk to about the business, whatever you would talk to your high schooler about, right? About skilled trades. Come out and talk to the kids. If you want to simulcast, like I can put you on a Zoom call in our conference room and talk to the kids. We'll make it work. So y'all contact me. My number's in the description here. You can text me or call me on that number, or you can email me, rewilliams@encompass.com. Right. So this is the our schedule. The description we're working on, I don't think that's pretty accurate, but that might change. So this is Encompass. We're on the schedule for the facility tour and lunch, so we're gonna feed them good. I try to do business with locals, so I'm gonna look at a local restaurant, probably Frida's. It's my go-to local restaurant to go to. So School USA, man. This is like I started 10 years ago, probably a little longer than that now. You stop counting, but stuff like this would have been a blessing to have, right? And this is one of those things like man, if I was in high school, I would have loved to have this, But then again, when you're that young, you don't know the value, right? Everybody wants to have a job with a shirt, wearing a shirt and tie, getting off at 9 o'clock, But as you grow as an adult, that fantasy kind of fades, right? And get more realistic, and you kind of compromise. So this is the flyer for Skills USA Skills Conference. So this is some data here. And one thing that stuck out to me was, look at this number right here. Attendance, 58% male, 39% female. The ladies are coming for the appliance industry, skilled trades, for skilled trades, man. They are on the rise, which is awesome. And I know that was kind of Mona Sims' motivation to start SSG Appliance Academy. So that's awesome, man. Ladies are on the rise. I speak to a lot of people who would love to hire female techs. So there we are. That's awesome. So if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. Let me check. Let me go back to the chat here because I can't see it. See if anybody is chiming in. All right, so who we got? Oh, wait, that's weird. Okay, never mind. All right, so we got Tim on standby, and we got. So let's move on to the next thing here. Boom, flipping. Wait. Actually, okay. Hey, before we get to flipping, because I feel like I'm gonna be like, I'm passionate about that, so I'm gonna be on that forever. So this is Encompass virtual training. And hey, look at that familiar face, Tim Burdick. Yes, he does our virtual training. Say this guy's the truth, man. Our next one is looks like tomorrow, GE cooking appliances. So y'all register. You can go on Encompass website. You can text me if you need a link. I'm gonna go ahead and put the link in the chat so you can sign up for Encompass virtual training with Tim Burdick. The more you learn, the more you earn. Hello, honey. I see you text my wife. Say hi. I see ya. As always, she's the reason why I am still here. Literally. So, Skills USA show. So what's next? Oh, let's talk about, before we get to this. So let me park y'all over here. So y'all can remember to keep learning. Lean on your rep, right? Lean on your rep. So what does that mean? So if you haven't heard that before, you should always lean on those you spend money with, right? So example, when I have my used appliance store, my credit card processor gave me a free website. That saved me money, right? Instead of having to go out and buy a website and all that. So, my credit card, and I was loyal to them. I mean, I had some offers that was a little cheaper for the credit card processing or whatever. I was like, no, they saving me money on, on having to buy a website. So I'm gonna go with them. Then they had a bunch of other things. They had like loans, instruments, and they had all these different things that you would normally have to pay for, or you pay more for as part of their service. Because at the end of the day, they just wanted the credit card spend. But what it did for me, it triggered loyalty, right? So that's what, when I say lean on your rep, that's the concept of that. If you loyally spend your money with Encompass, you trust us for your parts, right? Because we're OEM, right? So we get our parts directly from an original equipment manufacturer. And unless you got like millions of dollars, they don't allow individuals to buy directly, right? Or they do is a lot more. And so you'll have huge operations like Encompass. There's only a handful of us that are as big as we are, and then a lot of people buy from the big dogs, which we're one of the big dogs. Lean on your rep. So if you have issues, you call me. My number is in the description. If you do not have an Encompass account, right? Let's fix that. Let me feng shui this. If you do not have an Encompass account, let's fix that. Encompass account, account with Encompass is very, very easy compared to our competitors. I'm gonna put it right here in the description. All right, so it's in there. It's in the chat. So it's very easy compared to our competitors. Couple benefits is there is no. Looking for a park page. There we go. Parking here. All right, Tim. All right. So there's quite a few benefits, right? So basically, you just need to be a servicer, right? Some people are worried like, oh, a consumer will go in and apply for the account just to get one part. That's a lot of trouble to go through. Excuse me, to get a discount on the part. So we trust that, and it doesn't really, according to statistics, doesn't really happen as much. So you basically just have to be a servicer. Our competitors require EIN numbers. We don't require that. Some of them require get the EIN numbers. Some of them require certain proof of. Sorry, the sickness starting to kick in. The weekend brain from being sick. So anyway, we don't require a lot less than our competitors at the end of the day. So click that link. I'll get you set up. Usually takes less than 24 hours. Worst case 48 hours to get set up with a wholesale account. That's the benefits. Get a wholesale account. So if you are a servicer, stop buying on that popular website where you don't know where the part's coming from. Stop buying from, buy OEM parts, put that in your customers' machines, save your reputation. So, and also, you got any questions, let me know. So anyway, lean on your rep. So today I leaned on one of my customers. I had a question about LG warranty. I had asked internally at Encompass, but I said, man, I know my man know it. So I called my man. He told me right away the answer. And so I passed that answer on to my customer that had the same question, right? And so lean on your rep. So somebody was leaning on me for an answer. I leaned on you guys, the service community, for an answer, and internally with Encompass. So that is data. That is information. Information is key in our business. And these are things your rep knows. These are connections your rep has. I have access to thousands of servicers, literally manufacturers, and executive account is and part executives. So I even got access to our CEO. That's how great the culture is at Encompass. I can pick up the phone right now and my CEO will be like, hello, no secretary to go through, so we're here to serve you guys. So again, lean on your rep. So, and I lean on y'all. So for certain answers. All right. So let's go into looking on time. Oh, I gotta get Tim in here in about 5 minutes. Time go by so fast, man. I can do this all day. So let's go into flipping. Flips. So this is real. This is from Facebook Marketplace. These are flips. So this is a Bmw washer. If you have seen my video on Bmw Washers, underneath you'll see like an actuator, you see a belt. Okay, and you got the old schools at a Maytag. Okay, that's the old school Maytag dryer. This is $200, way overpriced. If you are flipping, a couple things to be aware of, to look out for on your VMWs. And this is, let's go over to Encompass. Of course, these prices are retail. Don't y'all be tripping. Talking about the prices are high. This is retail pricing. Log into your account to see your wholesale price. Excuse me. Oh, speaking of wholesale price, real quick, I did want to mention about how pricing works. That's real quick. Pricing, because I had some people ask me, hey, what percentage do I get off to have a wholesale account? It doesn't work that way. It doesn't, it's not, okay, we buy and then it's percent. It doesn't really work that way. It depends on supply and demand. It depends on the time when we bought those particular group of parts and how much we paid for them. Because the manufacturer's prices change, so we adapt to those changes too. So it's hard to compare apples to apples when it comes to comparing part suppliers, because there's so many dynamics that's involved with pricing. So don't do don't go off like 3 parts and like, oh, okay, they're too high. So it's some parts will be higher, some parts will be lower. This really depends. Just be loyal. That's all. Just be loyal so you can lean on your rep. All right. So Bmw washers, you've got, all right, so it's the tub. If you are flipping, you're going to see a lot of Bmw washers. Number one common issue is off balance. Usually those tub springs go bad. Again, because my personal opinion is because of abuse. No agitator. That means, I can put my comforter in and all my jeans and my towels, and I can wash everything in one load, right? And it just wears out those springs. But I would say GE made some heavy duty, man. They had the same design, old school, and those things, those tub springs rarely ever need to be changed. So anyway, you've got tub springs. What are you looking for? Tub springs. So your tub springs you want to change out over here. Okay, so all right, it's not showing tub springs. All right, so tub springs you want to change out. Sometimes this transmission here goes bad, or you have a leak. That whole thing has to go. Very rare the motor goes out, but that's happened sometimes. Down here, now the one thing you notice about Encompass is, like, look at this. Oh, this is so sweet. Number 9. Let's see what number 9 is. Click. No hunting on the side for the part, because the part you need is usually like scrambled for some reason. But yeah, here that Encompass, we don't do that to you. So boom, you got it's the whole kit. So sometimes this thing the springs will wear out, that tub will hit the ground, and sometimes that nut will come loose. This will wear out. So you want to replace those. That's very common in VMWs. The actuator goes bad at times, especially if there's a tub leak, but that means you got bigger issues. Computer board is common for the VMW. So just keep that in mind if you decide to grab this machine. But it still could be a good gamble, because no, it wouldn't be. I say, if this was a Whirlpool dryer, yes. This is an old school Maytag. These have known to have bad motors. The motors go bad on these things all the time. The heat elements, they are usually pretty strong. They usually have squeaking issues, stuff like that. So, all right, we'll get Tim on in a second. Let's do one more. I'm gonna get Tim on. So that's a flip if you could talk them down. I mean, I would probably pay $100 for the whole set at the most. But if you're new to flipping, I wouldn't touch this at all, right? So if you already got an inventory and you're flipping, it's a good gamble. Laundry centers, money makers. If I had a supply back in the day, if I had a good supply of laundry centers, that's all was sold. Because, these things, You can usually sell for like $600-700. That was back in my market. This new market, I heard y'all get a lot more. Laundry centers, and when you buy them from like wholesalers and stuff, this counts as one machine. I used to get these for like $85 from wholesalers, but they'll charge like $60 per machine if you got like different wash and dryer sets. This one's $50. I would stop what I'm doing and call them, say I'm coming to get it. But you do want to verify what floor it's on. That's usually the pain with these things. If it's like you live in like, let's say this was downtown Atlanta, I would be concerned with if it was like an older house, because sometimes them things are just crammed in there, or the laundry was built around the machine. Excuse me. But these are good money makers. Typically, the heating element, the dryers are very easy to service. They're the old school like frigid air. This is a Kenmore. Old school frigid air heating elements and whatnot. In the tub, sometimes I will watch out for bad bearings in these. If you hear a loud grinding noise, if you got room to save it, if you get it for next to nothing, I would save it. And if you come across a Frigidaire washer, a regular Frigidaire washer, these things are interchangeable. You disconnect, it screws all around the bottom of that thing. You take the screws out, and that thing just come right out. And you just put a regular wash. The tubs are interchangeable. It's amazing. It's hard to explain, but some of y'all know what I'm talking about. So yeah. So this is all day, man. $50. I would break my neck going to pick this up if I were y'all. If you're flipping. So, and also you kind of got a monopoly on it. And one thing I don't understand, because you can just get a front load washer and dryer and stack it, but people don't. They want these. So I don't know. I don't try to explain things. Excuse me. All right. So last one. Maytag. So this is a Whirlpool brand, right? But this particular Maytag, I think it's called a Classic, or it's called something else. But they clean up so well. They photograph very well. They take these regular Whirlpool stuff. So this is truck stock. Again, this is retail price. Log in to see your price. This is an OEM heating element. Keep this in your truck. There are literally hundreds of machines that fits that element and all these parts. The fuses. Definitely don't use OEM fuse. There's a lot of aftermarket parts for this stuff. Yeah, you want to load up on these all day and day. All right. So let's move on. Excuse me. So what is Hisense, right? Have y'all heard of Hisense? I'm sure you have. I'm sure you got a TV. I got a TV upstairs. I was watching this weekend as I was sick and shut in. Excuse me. On Hisense, right? So my Hisense TV. And Hisense, it looks like we're gonna ask our guests, because it looks like they have refrigerators, freezers, mostly refrigeration and dishwasher. Great products, man. They're up and comer. Stuff looks good. It's available. They're out there. You got to learn how to fix these things, right? And where can you get parts for Hisense? Bam! I guess in Compass, right? Air conditioning, humidifiers, fridges, like one-stop shop, man. Not just a major appliance supplier. We do small appliances too. Right. All right. So let's bring on our guest. Hang on one second. All right. So I'm in like screen share crazy, man. I'm just all in on the screen share thing. So let's stop the screen share. Let's bring on our guest. Hello, sir. How are you?
Hey, Reggie. How are you, man?
Man, you are official. Love the mic.
Thanks. That's all the voiceovers I do for the.
You ready to go?
So on board and everything set up.
Appreciate you coming on, man, and hanging in there. So if people don't really know who you are, I don't know what rock they've been under.
I don't know either. That's virtually impossible.
It's impossible. Tim Burdick, the Oracle, the walking encyclopedia, the walking tech. I say, they say like there's a satellite in space with like brains preserved from like Einstein and stuff, just in case something happens to the culture. I'm sure you're on the list, man.
I should be on the list. My wife would argue that point, but yeah.
So so you're employed by Hisense, right?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. So quick question. I just showed you guys website and it shows you guys just have refrigeration. Yeah. Any like laundry equipment in the future?
Ooh, I'm so glad you asked that question. So, for those of you who don't know Hisense yet, Hisense is a Chinese company that has broken into the US market. We came over with home electronics first, TVs mostly, and then we started bringing in the major appliances. First launch was refrigerators and freezers. Then we started moving into dishwashers. Now, by the end of this year, we are supposed to be launching 26 new home appliances, a full cooking suite, as well as laundry. And then on top of that, if you guys have heard of a couple other companies or a couple other brands, one of them is a European manufacturer named, uh, I can never say this right. It is Garenge. That's what it is.
You make it all hard
Uh,
for us.
yeah, and Hisense actually owns Garenge, as well as officially being announced here. You guys are getting like the first little previews of it if you haven't heard already. But being announced here within the next few days is Hisense now owns ASCO.
Okay.
So yeah. So to answer your question, yes, laundry, full cooking suites, full refrigeration, dishwashers. It's all coming down the line.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah, back in the flipping days, I remember I came across an ASCO front load washer back in the day. I think I pretty much touched everything.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. So when it comes to how long you been with Hisense?
I've been with Hisense about a year and a half now,
Okay, awesome.
officially. Yep.
And what are some of the common questions you get about repairs on Hisense refrigeration?
Biggest one is where can I get parts from? And
Okay.
that would be Encompass. There you go, right there. Number two biggest question is, can I get tech support?
Okay.
And the answer is yes. Tech support is open to everybody right now. So if you're warranty authorized or not, you can still get tech support. And the
Oh,
third biggest question I get is, how do I become authorized? Well, you can contact me, you can call us directly, or if you already have service power lined up on your management system on your computer for your business, you can actually go in and you can add a Hisense into your profile, and they will start dispatching you warranty service calls.
wow. That is a great nugget because I get harassed so much about doing helping people with that stuff. Uh, that's awesome. That's an awesome nugget. Um, so with so I see you got like the dishwashers and the ice makers. Which is like your most popular product? Is the refrigerators, I assume?
Refrigerators right now, as a matter of fact, we are the number one selling refrigerator at Lowe's.
Wow.
You can buy Hisense products at Lowe's, Best Buy. You can buy some on Amazon, Walmart.com, Costco.com as well, and then Costco stores very soon. But Lowe's home improvement centers, that's our main distribution center right now, or
Right.
distribution source. And we are the number one French door bottom mount refrigerator being sold in Lowe's right now. We
Wow.
are outselling all of the big boys. So we are taking market share pretty quick.
Wow. Why do you think that is?
Well, one, it was partially because of COVID and supply chain issues. GE was out of stock. Whirlpool was out of stock. Everyone was out of stock except Hisense. There was a Hisense refrigerator sitting there.
Right.
The other point is the price point. Our price point is that middle of the road. So you're getting a pretty decent quality refrigerator as far as the price point goes. So comparatively speaking, you're getting that more of a good looking refrigerator, not a lot of bells and whistles on it. You're getting a decent price point at $1,200, $1,400. And it's super, super easy to service.
Right. Wow. And I think that's what servicers. It's like y'all listen to servicers. Because I feel like that's one thing we always wanted. Like, you know, it's something you always get from customers. I want the most basic stuff. Excuse me.
Yep.
You get a washer with all like 100 different settings, and the customer probably uses 2, and they get confused. So that's also hit the nail on the head. And I used to always tell people too is like, you know, if you ever want to get an idea of your local market, go down to Lowe's or Home Depot and see what they're selling, and that tells you what you need to learn how to fix.
Yeah.
Because that's usually like, you know, a customer's first go to if something goes down.
Not just what's back in the appliance area, like, because you have what they sell in the appliance area, then you have that little row of appliances that have either scratch or dent or returned under their 30 or 90-day return policy, whatever it is.
Right.
But also, whatever is their best selling item, not even working with the manufacturer, like Hisense didn't have anything to do with this, but in working with Lowe's and how good we've worked with them on other things, as well as they have a good relationship with us, they're actually putting one of our refrigerators right at the front doors as you walk in. So as soon as you walk in the doors, you're going to see a Hisense refrigerator because they have a good relationship with us and they want to help push our products.
Right.
So yeah, as soon as you walk in the door, you see it, take a look around at what they're selling in your area. That's what you need to look at servicing.
Wow. So now I know a lot of some of your competitors, they're having issues with like compressors, ice makers, some of the boards. And that doesn't mean they're junk. It happens, right? You got hundreds of parts working together, trying to talk to each other, and sometimes things just go wrong. Do you have any recommendations for someone who wants to get into servicing Hisense, as far as what they should concentrate their knowledge on? Like, should it be sealed systems? Should it be like maybe general repair?
So a couple things. I'm going to say number one, sealed system is definitely always a good thing because Hisense is a foreign company and they do use R600.
Okay.
Now, that's why we're starting to see more manufacturers like Hisense and Medea and some other brands start bringing new full-size refrigerators over because they don't have to change the system or the setup to a 134 setup now.
Okay.
Now that everyone's having to switch over to R600, they can just take what they've been using since 1994 and just start bringing it over.
Wow.
So our sealed system is a R600A sealed system. So lock ring, definitely you want to know how to use the lock ring.
Okay.
Then just like any other manufacturer at some point, yeah, there's going to be probably in the US some ice maker issues because we use ice comparatively. I actually did the research on this the other day. I looked it up. If you take the top 150 countries in the world, right? 150 countries, I think it was like 207 or whatever. But if you take the top 100 or so, the Americas, Canada and America use more ice than the next like 37 or 38 countries combined.
So water is so delicious cold, man. We can't help it.
Right. So when you're having a machine that's designed overseas where there's someone that doesn't use a lot of ice and you bring it over to the US market where there is a lot of ice uses and a lot of demand on the ice, there probably will be some issues down the line. Yes.
Right.
Right now, we're not seeing as many.
Okay.
Because our ice maker is a standard. The main ice maker in our refrigerator is a standard flex tray. So pretty basic ice maker that's been used for years. So not an issue there. We do have a direct cool ice maker.
Okay.
So we do have the direct cool that is similar to the Samsung Loop, but ours doesn't have the freezing up problem. In all the testing, and I got one in my house right now, all the testing we've done hasn't frozen up at all on it. So they found out what the issue was, and apparently they fixed it.
Wow. Awesome. Yeah, it's amazing how see Greg B commented about his customers go crazy when the ice maker stop working. And yeah, it's like, man, it's an emergency situation.
It really, in the United States, it really is.
It's so weird.
It really is.
Wow. So I do. So I know you're here for Hisense, man, but I got to talk about you a little bit.
Sure.
Give us your background on how you got started. Because if anybody attended any of the Encompass virtual classes, you teach them for us,
Yep.
and the nuggets of information that I don't care how experienced somebody is, there's no way you can't watch your virtual training and not learn a lot. How did it start for you?
So it started, I kind of got go back to my dad on that one. My dad worked in the steel mill in Western Pennsylvania. And when the steel mill shut down and he was out of a job, a buddy of his said, "Hey, why don't you come ride with me? I've got a little appliance repair business I do and get you out of the house a little bit." So my dad went and rode with him for a couple days. And then he tossed my dad the keys to the van and said, "I'm going on vacation. Have fun." So that's what got my dad into it. And because of that, I got into it. I started changing my first Whirlpool pump and belt on the washing machine when I was 9 years old,
Wow.
and just kind of been around it. Watched my dad come up as a technician and uh, having his own service company, then going to work for Whirlpool as a technician. And he did that. He actually retired from Whirlpool as a district service manager out here in the Southwest. And then from there, like any good teenager, I tried to run from the family business and get away from it as much as I could.
Yeah, I see a lot of that. The customers.
Yeah. Then one day when but I've always been in and around it, kind of tinkering on my own stuff. If something went wrong, I'd fix it myself, type of deal. Then when the market started going down and everything started crashing and I lost my job, I remembered my dad saying one day, "You will always have food on the table in appliance repair."
Oh my God. Yep. I think we all say
Yeah.
that.
So there's no ifs, ands, or buts about. So I got back into it. I went to work for actually a out in the Southwest, a parts distribution company out there as an outside sales rep. I did your job, and then worked in the warehouse, and that turned into the what my focus was on the apartment complex guys and selling to them. And so they started asking me questions and I started answering them. And because I could answer them, that increased my sales.
Oh
But
yeah.
then they started asking me questions that I couldn't answer. So I started going back and asking the technicians, "Hey, how do you do that? What's this? What's this mean? How's this do?" And then one of them finally got tired of telling me. And he said, "Just come ride with me and I'll teach you all of this." So I rode with him. I became a tech for him. And then I branched out, started my own service company from there, both with techs and without techs. I've been one man show and multiple techs. And then I went and became a national trainer for Samsung. I did that for quite a few years and worked as a trainer for Samsung, worked as a trainer for Electrolux, uh, have done content creation as far as service videos, manuals, technical bulletins for Samsung, for GE, for Fisher Paykel, and now Hisense.
Right. Right. Awesome. And then you have like I remember you told me when we was at ASTI, you were like you had the least amount of return on your warranty work or something. I know I'm
Yeah,
butchering it.
when I was, what actually got me into becoming a technical trainer was, at the time I started my own service company and I had all I did was Samsung repair. That was it. Because no one else out here wanted to touch them, right? And
Right. Right.
we've heard that story before multiple times.
Oh yeah.
But so what I did is I learned their system. I learned their warranty system and how every I had to be dotted and every T had to be crossed, and there can be any mix up. If I replaced the heater in a dryer, you had to put the part number for the heater, not the heat assembly, because if you
Right.
put the part, put if you changed out the part for the heat assembly, the canister, the whole canister, but in your description you only put that you changed the heater, it got kicked back.
Ah. Okay.
So you had to really make sure every I was dotted, every T was crossed. And because of that, I took that time to learn their system. And in taking that time to learn their system, I took the time to really dig into the electronic side of Samsung, because they are an electronics company and they are electronic heavy. and how to diagnose issues from the board and with my meter. And in doing that, uh, at that point, I started getting better at my service calls. And that resulted in me being in the top 5 in the country for
Woo!
the lowest redo, what they call the redo rate, or the second trip out for the same issue or recall or whatever you may call them,
Right.
and the highest customer service score, because I could get the problem fixed, which made the customer happy. And I had the soft skills on top of that to talk the customer through everything. So the combination of all that led to me going to one of the ASTI programs and them coming up to me and say, "Hey, we know who you are. Would you be interested in becoming a trainer for us?"
Wow. That's awesome, man. So I just put a link in the chat. Lean on Tim Burdick via Encompass Training. So there's a link there. So man, that is awesome. That's so awesome.
So yeah, if you guys don't know too, as far as leaning on me, because I know King put in the comments there, we don't unfortunately we don't record the training sessions because of my job as well. I can't record the sessions and give out that information because of proprietary information and how my contracts are set up as a trainer with other service companies or other manufacturers as well. But you do have access. So you can always reach out to Reggie or to Kristen. And if you have a question about something, shoot them an email. They'll get it to me and then I respond back. So you guys do have access to me and we can always work through the issue that you have. So
Yep, and my phone number is there. You can text me, or I am typing my email address right now. I'm trying to walk and chew gum here at the same time. There we go. Boom. Type with all caps. Man, that's awesome, Tim. So now you guys got a headquarters around the corner from us. I had the pleasure of visiting.
yep.
That was awesome. So as far as if someone gets stuck, I know you said there's a tech line they can call.
Yes.
So is that all on the website, or where do they find that information?
The tech line information is not on the website, but
Okay.
I have it here. So I will give you guys tech line. It
Can you
is.
type that?
I can't type it. It doesn't
Oh,
let me type it here.
I'm sorry. No, I'll do it. Go ahead. What is it?
It is 770 904 9067. Now, a couple things about the tech line. One, that is East Coast hours. So they are based in Atlanta. So it is East Coast hours. So if you guys are out on the West Coast, then you got to call in because they close at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. They're out of there.
Okay.
Second thing is, as we are a growing company, we are hiring more tech line agents, but right now there are two. So if you call in and you got to sit on hold, or you got to wait, or they ask you to leave a message, they do get back to you. They are really, really good about getting back to you and getting back to everyone. But don't be surprised if you get asked to leave a message or you get forwarded to the voicemail, because there are only two guys. And if one of them goes on vacation because it is summertime, then we're down to only one.
Right. Okay. So I gotta ask, man. Hisense rocks at selling TVs. And I can't help but feel there's a connection with a manufacturer that dominates the electronics market and then transfers over to appliances, because now we're starting to see so many boards and electronics in our appliances. So do you think at this point, do techs need to start learning a little bit about electronics?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely. You need to know basis of electronics, because not everything is just 120 anymore. It used to
Right.
be everything was 120. Now we got 120. We got DC voltage, low voltage DC. We got high voltage DC. And one of my refrigerator classes we did for GE on the Encompass trainings, we found out that their ice route dispenser flapper, right? The little flapper for the ice route in the refrigerator door runs on 330 volts DC. That's what the motor runs on. So yeah, it's a lot, right? And it wasn't a typo. Like I went back to the tech support. And I'm like, are you sure about that? No,
Like,
yeah,
gotta be AC.
300 volts DC. I'm like, wow, okay.
Jeez.
But so we see this huge fluctuation, and especially with inverter compressors, we see the voltage change to get the speed of the compressor either higher or lower. So yeah, you have to have an understanding of electronics. And on top of it, because everything is becoming more connected around the home,
Right.
you got to be able to troubleshoot IT stuff as well and home connectivity, and understand that every single Wi-Fi board has what's called a MAC address, an MAC address. And if that MAC address is all zeros, you need a new Wi-Fi module.
Wow.
So you have to be able to dig in and find out where that stuff's at and how to read that and how to get to it. So yeah, absolutely. Even with the more basic machines that are out there still, there's going to be a time that they're all going to be connected. They're all going to have a number of electronics, varying electronics in it that you got to be able to troubleshoot.
Wow. Okay. Hey, so if you guys look in the chat, there's a link there if you want to come on camera and talk to Tim, ask any questions, put some questions in the chat. Give us your questions, let us know, or even if you're watching this broadcast after the live session, leave it in the description. We'll get the questions to Tim. So Tim, go ahead.
I'll be at Skills USA, by the way, too.
That you read my mind. I was about to say that. Yeah. I saw your name on the list.
Yes.
That is an awesome event.
No, Skills is amazing. If you guys ever get a chance to be a part of it or help out with it, which you guys can, by the way, you can get send your information to me and I'll get it over to the technical committee chair if you guys are interested in helping out. Because yeah, it is, I think it was like, I want to say like 30,000 students show up for this event. And that's all of the trades combined, everything from security to nursing to hairdo to appliance repair to HVAC to collision repair to diesel mechanic to you name it, they're there.
Yeah.
And then all of these students from all over the country, they've competed at locally and regional events or state events, and then they get to come in and compete for the national title. If they win the national titles, then they get to go to the world titles. So, and it's high school kids, it's adult learning centers and adult learning vocational centers as well. So we get a good variety of them. I want to say in the home appliance repair this year, I want to say we have like 20 some, or I want to say we have like 20 or 25 contestants, I think, that are competing.
Wow.
And a lot of manufacturers are there, not just Hisense and me, these students are going to come in and we bug the appliance and they go through and they try to fix them and they tell us, and they get graded on them, or the judges grade them on their presentation. And you nailed it earlier when you said that some of these kids are the most sought after, recruited by manufacturers and service companies.
Oh yeah.
You were spot on with that, because they really are, especially in the high issue, what the manufacturers call the high issue areas, Los Angeles, Seattle, Miami, New York City, places that are the hot spots for having an issue. They just cherry pick them off of the Skills USA sites. So yeah, definitely get involved. If you want to become a member or get involved in it, you want to help out, set up, you want to help do training, you want to help judge, there's a lot of different ways you can get involved in it for sure.
Yeah, there's a nonprofit organization, and it's one of those things that bring tears to your eyes, man. You're like, man, these kids are, they'll never starve. Like,
You don't know.
I say the same thing about pickup trucks. I'm like, a person with a pickup truck never is broke.
That's true. That's very true.
You're gonna haul something for somebody, like, you know.
Absolutely.
So, Tim, I appreciate you coming on, man. I appreciate you so much.
Yeah.
Um, if anyone has any questions, let's get it in now because we got about 4 minutes left of the show. Hisense is on the rise. It's awesome to like, especially now because you got some manufacturers that you kind of got to beg them on your knees to be certified with them. Something like Hisense has a window of opportunity for you, especially if you're ready, right? And to be ready means make sure you're trained up. Make sure you know sealed systems. Make sure you've worked on their product. I'm not speaking for you, Tim, but I'm sure there's a vetting process, right? And so you're gonna make sure that you're in the you're a top candidate for their warranty work.
Yeah, no, there's a process. Thankfully, Service Power does a lot of that process for us, as well as National Service Alliance (NSA). That's another branch that we go through for servicing. So you can have your choice of whichever way you want to go on that. But they do all that part of the vetting for us. But as far as the training goes too, getting trained up on Hisense product, we do the training. So when I'm not training here for Encompass, I'm online doing training for Hisense.
Wow.
So I actually had a class this morning that I did on our refrigerator. So do you have a warranty contact with the TV warranty division? I do. I do. If you would like to be a warranty service provider for the TVs, let me know. Or Reggie, if you can get me their info, send it to me. I will get them plugged in as well.
Okay.
So we can do. I do TV training as well. So if you guys need training on our TVs, we can do that as well.
Wow. Okay. Awesome. Yeah, I got a couple of broke ones. You need like some test dummies. It's hard for me to throw away a TV, man. I know it's probably need like a little diode or something simple, a board.
Yeah, probably. That's probably what it is too. There's a little diode in there, most likely, that went out.
Yeah. Yep. So it's but I can't just. My wife hates it, but I just can't seem to throw them away. So anyway, Tim, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, brother. Also, I got to give a thank you too, man, for coming out to our open house. We had this is back a while, about a month or so ago, and we had 200 people come out. You were part of that. You, Mike Sneed, SSG Appliance Academy, Appliance Boot Camp, Appliance Alliance. All you guys have contributed, man. So now I have the opportunity, man. I just want to thank you for coming out and helping making it an epic event.
Yeah, and be on the lookout too for on the training website for Encompass. We are going to start doing some more live trainings, in-person trainings. Chris and I were talking about getting that set up. So
Awesome.
Yeah, be on the lookout for those too. So
awesome. So you coming to Atlanta?
Oh yeah, dude, anytime.
Oh, let's go,
dude.
Awesome.
Anytime. I'm just waiting for my invite, dude. I'm just waiting for you to say, Tim, come on out, man.
Come on out, brother. Me. I got some great restaurants, man. We need to hit up.
Now you're speaking my language. There we go.
All right, Tim. Thanks for coming on the show, man. I'd definitely love to have you again. If you guys have any questions, just let us know. And I guess last parting question, Tim.
Yep.
Somebody fresh in the business. What one nugget of advice would you give them? That's a completely open-ended question.
Holy cow.
Oh. How about training? What would be like what direction would you head them towards when it comes to training? What should they learn first?
Okay, so here's what I would say. Now, if you are coming in, let me ask you this. Let me set this question up here.
Okay.
Coming in fresh to the business as a complete rookie, you don't know anything at all, or coming in, you've gone through like SSG training and you're starting as a technician.
Okay, let's say you start off with SSG training. Yeah, because you want green peas. So yeah.
Okay. So you've been through the basic training or whatever, and you're trying to hone your skill, get started from there.
Yeah.
Okay. Number one, sharpen your soft skills. Your soft skills will go miles. Even if you don't know what the problem is on the unit, if you look confident in what you're doing and you can explain to the customer what's going on and kind of work through the process, that will go miles because they're looking for reassurance. And if
Right.
they're upset, if you can take that and calm them down and then turn that back around, that that will you will go farther in this business than you would ever imagine if you can hone your soft skills.
Wow.
As far as the technical side goes, I would say definitely start getting into and understanding the electronic side of things, because companies like Samsung and LG and Hisense that are extremely well known for their electronics, for their TVs, for their phones, for their DVD players or whatever. They've built that brand loyalty through those. So when they start seeing the home appliance show up, then people go, "Oh, Samsung makes a good TV. I can
Yeah.
go get a Samsung refrigerator." That's
Yeah.
why they buy them. There's that loyalty there.
Yeah.
And then there's that younger generation that wants that whole connectivity thing where they can control everything or do everything from their phone. So understanding that, understanding the electronics, that will take you, not only make you a better tech with your troubleshooting, but the way the market is going, the way the industry is going, that will take you, between that and your soft skills, the sky's the limit. By
Wow.
far, the sky's the limit.
Excellent, excellent advice. I'm a firm believer in that. You know, I just appreciate that too, man. Because like the fact that you're doing this for a living, you automatically know more than the customer. And you just gotta be confident and to say, hey, you know. So
Yep.
thanks again, Tim. I'm going over on Mike Sneed's time as always.
Oh, okay.
I can do this all day, man. We need to have like all
So
day.
could I, man. I can sit and do this all day. We could sit
Yeah,
and talk all day long.
we'll definitely have you on again, brother. And season 52, man. You come to Atlanta.
All right. Sounds like a plan.
All right, I'll see you. Thanks for coming on.
Bye.
All right, y'all. So that's the block. Well, that's the first half of the block. Second half is to go over to Mike Sneed's channel. If you look at my description, it says it shows the link tree, and you skip Mona Sims, right? Because she's in Hawaii without me and Mike. You know, that'd be nice to have a show in Hawaii, but you know, it is what it is. So go right up to Mike Sneed's channel, Appliance Boot Camp, and thank you guys for tuning in. Again, if you have any questions for Tim, feel free to leave them in my description, and we'll see you. I'll see you next time at 7. Y'all go over to Mike. And hey, y'all go fix something. See you later.